We still don't have many of the results from last night's primaries, and we don't yet have the results for Kari Lake, a Republican running in Arizona. But the new thing now among Republicans is you just claim that there's fraud even before the election has started, and that's exactly what Kari Lake did. This video is from Monday night. On Monday night, remember, in the United States, we vote on Tuesday. The election was last night. But on Monday night, Vaughn Hilliard from MSNBC confronted Arizona gubernatorial Republican candidate Kari Lake, who is a big Trump brown noser and suck up, because she's already saying that there is voter fraud. And see if you can find the list of things she does here that expose her as an obvious Trump acolyte. Take a listen.
Your Honor, contending that there's irregularities and there is fraud in this election, at what point does Kari Lake stop and say, am I undermining Americans' faith in our elections?
Kari Lake is going to help bring back honest elections to America.
But you haven't even laid out any fraud or irregularities.
Are about destroying America.
But what fraud is there, Kari? What fraud is there? This is serious.
You want to make this about you?
This is about Arizona voters and their faith in this election.
The last person on this planet Earth I would tell about what racist governments do and MSDNC.
So you know about a crime, and yet you're not reporting it to authorities.
And I'm not telling you about it.
Okay. All right. So let's look at the list of things that Kari Lake did there that expose her as an obvious Trumpist. Number one, she referred to herself in the third person, referring to herself as Kari Lake. Remember that Trump would always say, they want Trump. They want Trump. He calls MSNBC MSDNC. That's straight out of the Trump playbook. She claims that there is voter fraud before the election has actually been before the vote has been tallied, before elections, the results have been published. That's a classic Trump thing. Of course, Trump famously doing that in 2020 in the lead up to the 2020 election for about 6 months. And then she claims that there is a crime, but she won't tell us what the crime is. And remember, Trump did that with Obama. Remember Obamagate? I don't even remember at this point what Obamagate was even supposed to be, because Trump never told us. And when reporters would say, there was one reporter in the press briefing room who said, what is Obamagate? And Trump angrily said, you know what it is. But he never actually told us, just insisting it was the biggest crime of the century or something like that. So apparently it's not just Democrats who steal elections. It's also other Republicans in primaries. I guess it's non-Trump Republicans. Now, as of this moment, Kari Lake is leading, but has not won her primary. I would love it if Kari Lake lost her primary. Hold on a second. We're not even able to see this accurately. There we go. Kari Lake currently with 80% reporting, Kari Lake at 46%, and the second place candidate, Karen Taylor Robson, at 44%. Now remember, this is the Republican primary merely to determine who in November will face Katie Hobbs. Katie Hobbs easily winning the Democratic primary. One thing that you will notice is that more people voted in the Republican primary than the Democratic there in Arizona. And we will see what that suggests might happen in November. But at least for now, it would be an absolute delight if Kari Lake ends up losing. She is ahead by about 11,000 and a half votes right now, with 1 out of 5 votes still to be counted. But there's already voter fraud. Now, if she wins, what will she say about voter fraud? Will she say there was none? Of course not. If she wins, she will say there was voter fraud, just not enough to steal the election from me. That's the deal. And we'll have that clip of Kari Lake speaking to Vaughn Hilliard on our Instagram, which you can find at David Pakman Show.